And
looks like it's time. Greetings, everyone.
We are live. There we go. I was like, let me check this out first. Good morning, Crypto Warriors. Welcome back to Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 177. Getting up there.
We're getting up there.
Today is Wednesday, May 30th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
Boom.
Oh, yeah. Thank
All
you,
right.
Tessa.
Let's get it started. First, let's give some shout outs to everybody. What's going on? Tessa, Sergeant Crypto, John Siebert, greetings. Clove71, who streams us live on D Live. We always appreciate that.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Sergeant Crypto, Milto, everybody. Kevin Hodges, CAJ or California J. I'm not sure which one. Oh, that's pretty funny. Come on, y'all can't have me saying this. Canadian Crypto. All right, there we go. Milto said I did my quote like duty. There we go. Smash that like and share, people, to get that algo popping here on Twitch and YouTube this morning.
Every time you see that crisp white shirt, go ahead and press like.
There you go.
There you go.
You gonna throw them at me this morning? All right.
Oh, yeah. Tessa started.
Did you know? All right. The free Bitcoin from yesterday. Who won?
Oh, yeah. So one of our regulars, Gabriel Hernandez, is killing it with the comments game. I think he's him and Sergeant Crypto
I did see his comment.
Our two 3-time winners so far. Like we said, anybody can
win. People, they're going to mess around and get a year worth of $5 crypto. It's going to be worth like how much next year.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, we don't mind giving it away. We've been giving it away every show. Right. Thank you, Gabriel Hernandez. In response to our question, which was, how do you feel about the 11 countries being banned from BitHum? These countries, like we stated, for the most part, these are not surprises, except for a couple. However, it is good he pointed out that these countries are on the FATF list, which is, like I said, another Alphabet Boys group that basically...
I'm trying to think of that one. I don't think I know that one.
How many abbreviations can you have? But this group actually stops money laundering. So what they're trying to do is, money laundering, I should say in quotes.
Right, there we go. Hey, I was thinking that in my head. I was like, I was going on a tangent. Like, what is money laundering anyway?
You could buy something online from somebody in Iran and you are a terrorist now.
That is true.
It's one of those things where the wording is used, it scares people, but honestly, they're basically just keeping these countries out because they're sanctioned or they don't want to trade with them. They don't want to.
Some gang mentality. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah. This is.
You working with them?
Oh,
all right. Yeah, you with them there.
Exactly. And see, people think they're the real gangsters until you meet the real gangsters.
Right.
And when they show up, it's like, oh yeah, there's nothing you can do. So, thanks for that comment, Gabriel Hernandez. Already sent that free Bitcoin.
Much appreciated. Thanks for all the comments, as always, people. We see them. They are always awesome. Oh, yeah. All right, let's jump into it then. Let me make sure I got the top story together. Here we go. Ethereum Classic Defuses, quote, difficulty bomb and hard fork. Of course, that was just a story title. But tell us what's going on with Ethereum Classic. Besides their, if you were to try to 51% attack it, you can get $1 billion. What else is going on with it?
We actually, this may be another segment, like we said, stuff we predicted. Because yesterday we said it's a fork. It's really a fork of a fork. They kind of gave this synopsis that if it was a 51% attack, we could prevent it, which is, in my mind, I was like, of course, you can fork off and you can keep the chain going, which is essentially what this is. They call it an upgrade. It's basically something where they're changing from proof of work to proof of stake in order to prevent 51% attacks, which has been, a lot of the big news lately. Ethereum Classic is, if you didn't know, it's the original Ethereum chain forked off after the big DAO hack back in the day.
Which is why when they were talking about making Ethereum a security, we were like, well, which one? How could you say that?
Yeah, and also...
someone doesn't know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Also, Ethereum is definitely not it's one of those things that it's not a decentralized coin anymore. It's definitely centralized. You got to use it through the person who created it. So it's good to see Ethereum Classic trying to do some, good technology improvements. However, this kind of is a non-starter. It's just good clickbait, but they're trying. We'll give them that.
Yeah, Kevin Hodges said it dropped 3% in the last hour.
Yeah, Ethereum Classic is not something. Pump wise, if people are trading, it's not going to do that. I can tell you that right now.
Alex Daly is back in with his bearish calls as always. Alex, come on, say something positive. I want to say something positive. Put a 0 at the end of that.
Keep it negative. Keep people scared.
There we go. Let's see. Sergeant Crypto said that we see the Wall Street Journal story about Wall Street traders leaving because they make too much money trading cryptos. I didn't see that story, but I actually know a couple people on Wall Street who were vehemently denying crypto a couple years ago to me that are now in it full times, and they're already experts on it. So
somehow,
yes, I haven't seen the story, but I know some in real life that made the jump, and it's pretty funny because if you would have heard them literally 2 years ago, you would have thought that crypto was the antichrist coming, and all of a sudden they're all about it.
And they thought, a lot of the Wall Street people that I know, they thought they were out of a job, they couldn't use it. Then they realized what a decentralized economy is. And it's like, no, anybody can. You don't need permission from your boss. Who cares if they tell you don't trade crypto? What are you gonna do? Go home and track it? I mean, you can do what you want. So, that sentiment's definitely changed.
And then just to piggyback on what Bitcoin Zay was saying, because I know he's talking about the proof of stake we highlighted here, but Ethereum changed to the proof of stake system, which does not require mining. So that is the difference, people. You can stake your coins in order to basically mine more.
And get that value from it. But
good stuff. Hopefully everything goes well with it and the price rebounds. Of course, that price also slippage. We said it dropped 3% in the last hour, but also that's coming from it being the end of the month and Bitcoin going down too, which we identified
very closely correlated
before. Right. There we go. Alex Daly. He said which was 50K. All right. EOS is coming. If anyone can figure out how to vote, that's just the title of the story here on CoinDesk.com. The more important thing about this story is not really the story we want to talk about. Well, I guess it kind of is. They're talking about launching EOS, the mainnet, the platform, and all that. Even though yesterday, we just talked about a bug they just patched up, and the fact that they're soliciting to Twitter, it was like $10,000 for bug bounties now. Yeah. So it's something we wanted to point out that we don't know if this is the right direction. More bug bounties, which means there possibly may be more. You're offering an okay amount of money, not a lot. And then one big one was just discovered, even though you all patched it up, and it's like now you're talking about launching.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a lot in a short amount of time. Is this fixed?
Yeah, they said they launched it in June. They may
June
wait
2nd,
till June 2019 because
right. Yeah, is the year wrong here?
Yeah, and I mean, EOS is one of those coins that we've always stated. The centralized versus decentralized fight. EOS, if you haven't seen, sort of a breakdown of how it works, it's supposedly the new Ethereum. You have to register your tokens, for one. They have an EOS constitution, which you have to follow. So that means that if you use your EOS for something outside of the means in that constitution, someone can actually stop your payments. This is basically the basis of centralization. I mean, I don't know what else to call it. However, from a trading standpoint, speculation, if something's going to take over Ethereum or the Ethereum killer, Ethereum's sitting at around $500 right now. EOS is like 10. So of course people think, well, if it does,
everybody wants it to do that. Yeah. That's what it really. Everybody's doing those wishing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the speculative nature of it will continue for a little bit longer until, like, we're starting to see it, with 51% attacks, people calling out centralized stuff. But, right now, from a speculation, it could double easily just off that, or go times 10 if it actually has a use case. So definitely waiting to see that. Also, price discovery. Remember, buy the rumor, sell the news.
Yep, I was just about to say that. Jizzy Mac is actually on point right here. I'm looking at some of the comments they're making. A little bit off. They said they got a $4 billion offering for 10K bucks. It's like right here. I got to highlight. It's like $2 billion, but yeah, it's up there in the billions. But they say it's going to dump at the launch. The chances of that happening are very high. That is a great point you're making. So for those who listen to us on the podcast or watching live, yes, as Bitcoin's agent said, buy the rumor, sell news. Jizzy Mac pointed out as well. When this launch happens, they're hoping to draw up enough interest to get new buyers, right? And then the people who have already been in bag holding, who are actually looking at the stuff behind the scenes, like us, saying, wait, you guys just patched the bug, they're launching June 2nd, they patched the bug 4 or 5 days previous, when it happens. That was it. Yesterday they did it.
Don't have a product
and
yet.
Then they just did a 10K bug bounty, which isn't a lot of money considering the project, as Jizzy Mac pointed out as well. Yeah. So for people who already bought in, who see these things, they're like, all right, I'm selling the first opportunity I'm going to get. What's the first real opportunity to sell this? Is probably going to be on June 2nd when that launch happens, when they do the media reports and all that good stuff. It's all over Cointelegraph. And then there's some new genius saying, oh, EOS, I'm about to jump on this thing and just launch. And you can make some of your bags back.
Yeah, and I'm not even sure is the wallet dropped. I have to check on that again because I've seen conflicting stuff, meaning like it is out, but it's just beta or it's not working.
And Exodus is actually trying to get people to update the wallet on there too. So I didn't do it myself, so I'm not sure as well. Alpha Robin said Binance said they would make the switch, so no need to register it if it's in Binance. Yeah. But you never know if they would truly do the technical side. Right.
Yeah.
So that's
they've
the thing.
done it before, but you want to.
You never know.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things. If you have that much invested in it, something that will make you uncomfortable if you lost it, you definitely should be doing your own due diligence on this as well. You don't want to let this one slip through the cracks.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully it works out though. As always, we're not looking for anything to fail, but we have to be objective. And for them to launch after this big bug was just found and patched is very risque to say the least. But hey, good luck.
Yeah, definitely.
Bank shutout forces major Polish crypto exchange to move to Malta.
Another
one. Hey, Malta is over here. Open doors, people.
Oh yeah, I got my my travel agent ready.
There we go. Bitbay, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in Poland, has decided to suspend its activities in the country as banks will no longer cooperate with the company. The exchange announced yesterday, May 29th. The exchange will instead be conducted by a new supplier in the jurisdiction of the Republic of Malta, where local laws are more crypto friendly. As you know, there's been a couple of exchanges already go over there. I think Binance went, or they're talking about it.
Yep, Binance is another one. Another one just went there too.
Yeah, so it's been a couple of exchanges go. Everybody knows.
Okay,
Coin. All right, Malta's been the safe haven, and it looks like they're about to get another big one now.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and I think any exchange that's the biggest in their country, and they move to Malta, I can go ahead and tell you now, Malta is going to be very, very profitable.
That's going to be the spot to go to and travel to in another 5 or 10 years. Come on,
you want
these multi-billionaires moving their companies there.
Oh yeah, I mean on a local level, the richest places are the places with thriving businesses, and then on a grand scale, the most rich places usually have thriving businesses. So when you have something that's going into the future could be trillions of dollars worth. Yeah, that's one of those areas where you're going to have people working for those companies along with people that trade crypto that's going to live in Malta, and it's going to look like Dubai in a couple of years.
Right, that's what I'm actually thinking too. John Siebert said Malta's in the EU though. While I get what you're saying, I already know the underlying tone of that.
Right.
The fact that there will be so many billionaires, billionaire dollar or trillionaire dollar companies from different countries around the world, I think they're going to almost become borderless, where they're going to say, hey, you know what, this EU stuff, look, we got people from here, there, everywhere. Everybody's speaking the same language here. Everybody's trying to get along, just make money in the crypto space.
Yep.
I think something like that will almost force them, or at least make them consider leaving either the EU or just operating under a different set of rules and structure.
Yeah, because I mean, what's the consequence for not cooperating with a bigger country? They take away your funding. But if they can't do that now, it's literally just going to be them either showing force or backing off. So, because if they can't take away your money, then there's nothing they really can do. So,
I just want to answer a quick question. Fed the Realtor asks, has anyone seen the Weiss ratings on cryptos? Yeah, we covered that a while back ago. But
horrible.
Long story short, you don't have to pay attention to Weiss ratings. I mean, they literally don't know what they're talking about when it comes to crypto. So,
or the Chinese crypto.
Right. It's more like a publicity stunt for them. I won't say publicity. It's more for them to get the people who in the world who don't know about crypto, especially the dilly game. That's the dilly game move when they do those ratings. Because people who have no idea, who don't want to do their research, who only watch CNBC will say, well, we said this. So that's that.
In my research, I found, and you find out
in my research on CNBC.
Terrible.
So it looks like Bitcoin isn't the only crypto that criminals use. Oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
They do the Roger Ver. They always want to talk about Bitcoins being used for criminals and all this negativity and how Ripple is good for the banks and the central institutions and authorities. Well, it looks like hackers have demanded $1 million in Ripple after a bank data theft.
Oh, man.
Hackers who stole information on thousands of Canadian bank users have demanded that $1 million to not release the data trove, according to CBC News on Tuesday. The two banks hit by the breach, Bank of Montreal, it's a pretty big one, and CIBC's online bank, Simply Financial. Oh, I see what they did there with the two eyes. Okay, all right, good. That's why you got hit. Trying to be funny while you banking. Have said that the personal information of a total of 90,000 account holders have been taken, including identifying data such as names, account numbers, and passwords. The thieves even claim to have obtained security questions and answers, social insurance numbers, and account balances, the report says. So it looks like this information is actually making its way around the world internationally. Of course, banks want to kind of help talk to each other about what happened. And it looks like the hackers used an algorithm to create account numbers, which have been used to pose as genuine account holders to get the related security questions reset by the banks. So it's almost a little bit of social engineering there. I mean, they said the algorithm, they had to use some text though, but
I was going to say most of it usually deals with social engineering now from a security standpoint, but Yeah, I mean, XRP finally found a use case, and hopefully, people who have XRP understand that because it is used with banks, they've been hit more times than any blockchain project has been hit. I mean, they've been hacked. Banks have been hacked for years, over and over, and then they just pay it off. However, I mean, if they want a quick strategy, just hit up Ellen. I'm sure Ellen. She got $4 million the other day. Just send them $1 million, and I mean, I wouldn't just give it to them, but you know what I mean. I'd be partial owner of a bank after a while if I gave them that $1 million. But yeah, it's XRP. It looks like just like any other cryptocurrency, you can use it. For any type of payments. Everybody who's ever talked about Bitcoin being, you know, a scam or it's for criminals, once again, criminals are going to criminal. They're going to do it.
They don't care what you have.
They don't care what you have. Yeah, I mean,
I've seen stories. Even worse. I've seen stories of like recently. Where the guy stole like however many pounds of fish, or like from a fish market, you know. People do all that. They steal shrimp. They steal shrimp. It was a movie with Jamie Foxx. You know what I mean? Bait. Stealing shrimps. People will steal whatever and use that as currency. So
somebody stole 10,000 chickens last Thanksgiving.
So it's kind of funny that again they always talk about Bitcoin being like, you don't understand how many. I'm sure a lot of you get it too. If you're in crypto, people will text you or call you. Hey, I hear Bitcoin's only for criminals. They said hackers use and stuff. Well, now that same sentiment will be used with Ripple.
Oh, yeah.
They will have no choice but to finally say, well, it's not crypto that's the bad thing. It's the criminals that are in crypto.
Which it should have started off that way anyway.
Right? Sergeant Crypto's laughing at you talking about the Ripple use case.
Oh, yeah.
Jizzy Max said, don't banks just pay a fine when they steal? They should be okay with a small payment from thieves. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, that's true.
Yeah, they got a whole budget set up for this, so they all right.
Bitcoin J said, Ripple's CEO is coming on CNBC. Look, he lives on CNBC. Like,
come on, man.
He got a room there. But in a few...
House?
Right. Yeah, they said that he won't talk about this, though, right? That would be very interesting to see if they do the right thing and hit him with a question. If Brian Kelly's there, he might do it.
They got to print more Ripple to keep up with the banks.
They can do that here in the next 10 minutes. They'll be like, don't worry about the Ripple or anything that was stolen. We're just going to just keep pushing it out. There we go. Criminal's going to criminal. All right. New report suggests average ICO investor sees 82% of profit. This is coming off of Cointelegraph by Marie Hewlett.
Which is why you can't use them.
Exactly. Of course, you all know why this is an important story. If you follow us, if you listen to us, we literally were just talking about this yesterday and last week. What country was it that was banning it? South Korea was talking about
South Korea,
or not banning anymore. The U.S., of course, has banned it. But this is why, people. And it's crazy that, you have all these Wall Street people, not as much anymore, but definitely beforehand, and all these capital investment firms saying how dangerous and risky crypto is and all that stuff. However, they're happy with their 2%. I don't even know, is it monthly or something? Whatever. It's like 15% in a year is a big deal for them, or 20% in a year is a huge deal for them.
Yeah.
But a new report, recent analysis of initial coin offerings, has found that the average ICO investor sees returns of 82%, according to reports published by the Boston College Carroll School of Management May 20. I will say Boston College is pushing this out. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They did the real research.
Yeah.
The 54-page report titled Digital Tulips, that's pretty funny, returns to investors and initial coin offerings, found evidence of, quote, significant ICO underpricing, end quote, after analyzing a data set of over 4,000 planned and realized ICOs. The ICO study raised a combined total of $12 billion, almost all of them since January 2017. So I will say that. Of course, that's from last year. We even said... when we started doing our videos last year, but we were okay. Yeah, so when we started doing the videos last year, the live ICOs, again, the one that is on Instagram, we did Civic Key. We show people basically how to make money on that. Best altcoins we buy. We had that segment when we first started. However, we already knew where the regulations were going, which is why we stopped doing best altcoins we buy. Yeah. If you really want to know the truth, we did actually stop at the right times. Like literally a month or two later, they did the ICO ban.
Got to stay ahead of the game,
right? But. That was the thing with it. It's incredible that they were saying it's illegal out the blue and all that. We talked about this before. We talked about it yesterday. But the fact of the matter is that beginning of the year, the first 2 quarters of last year, I would say almost even the first 3 quarters before the craze and the mania hit, yes, a lot of ICOs were solid projects. Once that craze and mania hit, the scams did flow in left and right.
Copy and paste.
But even then, if you knew what you were doing, you could still navigate that. So it's good to see that a Boston College report came out saying, well, if you did invest in ICOs last year when the United States made them illegal, you would have saw on average 82% profit. However, even though the best hedge fund in the world is only turning around a 22% profit at the end of the year.
Yeah, and I mean, as risky as people trying to make it seem, this is why we have the business that we have. This is why we do the show as well. You can navigate the ICO waters and find some good ones, some good 5, 10x ones. However, there are some, like we said, they're the most scammy coin. I've seen people shilling coins to us, and you look at their website, and it's not even an explanation of what it does. It just has every buzzword they can think of: blockchain interoperability, smart contracts, proof of work, consensus algorithm, and then that's it. This is like, all right, so what exactly does it do?
Nothing.
Nothing.
We can still get more emails about them.
Yeah, man. But some of them are just ridiculous.
And here's the important, one of the important things to remember too when you're talking about ICOs, people, especially right now, if you're still investing in them, there are so many scams. You're not investing in the project, all right? Like who cares? Like most of them are scams. You need to literally do a risk reward cost analysis on that and say whether this is a scam or not, based off of their marketing, based off of celebrity promotion, whatever. Do I have a chance to make this money back? If not, or even more. Yeah, that is the only thing you should really be asking, unless you are very intimate with the team on some of these ICOs, where you say, no, I know these guys, whatever. I've seen the project; they have a working product. The one ICO we looked at last year, that's nonstop. Still been pushing stuff out. What's the music one?
Opus.
Opus, yeah. Something like Opus. Their team has been like nonstop working. Again, this isn't like a buy signal or anything. This is just the same one that I remember. Always seeing them on Twitter. Always seeing them out in open. But then there are other ones, of course, that would do it all the way up to the ICO, and literally like 3 weeks later, it's like, all right, we done.
Yeah. We raised $10 million. Bye.
Right. So one of the things right now, again, I won't say they're as profitable this year, clearly, because the whole market's down as of now. But this is a time to still look at something that might be sliding in the radar, because businesses are still going to create. There's still somebody out there trying to create the next big project. But you need to not fall in love with it and remember to do the risk reward analysis. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That's pretty funny. 82% a year, and they're illegal. Same year.
Of course, you ain't gonna be able to make no money, man.
China President Xi says blockchain part of new technological revolution.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right. So I'm assuming since he said blockchain, he's not talking about Bitcoin.
Nah, he just put it in the group.
What's going on with Chinese President Xi Jinping?
Yeah. Not gonna try and pronounce his name, but
right,
the president of China.
I tried too quietly, so I faded off at the end.
China. Well, the president of China has basically echoed what a lot of people have been saying the last 4 or 5 years, that new technology is coming. Basically, artificial intelligence,
Internet of Things.
Yeah, Internet of Things, blockchain technology, as they call it, and quantum computing. These are all things that we've all seen coming. If you are in the technology space, if you're not, then yes,
he's just trying to
do you. But he's trying to stay on the good side of technology.
See, I was like, he's trying to get young voters. I want to note he was speaking at the Chinese Academy of Sciences at their 19th annual conference. He's talking to young people who are involved in tech.
Exactly.
He better have nothing but a pro,
because that's who builds the world now. I mean, honestly, we have regulators, we have a bunch of old investors who still control the way the economy used to work, and then the way we're going into the future is a lot of these younger people who are creating the future, they have the money to do it themselves. So these people are not needed. That's kind of why you got this pushback, but that's also why they have to suck up to technology people. Like, have you seen bankers talk to Wall Street? I mean, I talk to Silicon Valley people.
Right.
Like, they really need them because there is no product to trade. There is no product to put on the.
You can only make so many derivatives and this and that, and all these made up little.
Yeah, you can't. How many baskets of portfolios can you make up with no product? So they need technology people. So they will encourage, the progress to an extent. They will stop the progress once it starts getting into the point where they're not getting any cut from it. So
wait, y'all not paying us on this?
That's basically all he's saying. So anytime you hear a figure talk about the new technology coming, it's not like they honestly investigated it. They probably just told about it, and then they were told to say this so that they don't piss you or they don't get pissed off and create something that could take down this whole empire.
Right.
So
and see, I'm glad you just ended it with that. Same thought. Even bigger, he just did the whole thing where he was basically in charge of the whole country, and he has an unlimited term length now. So it's basically a dictatorship. He's a king, a dynasty in a nice way. But he just made all that, and like, what's the one thing Because clearly the older people are okay with it because they just allowed it to happen. He's in control of the military, he's in control of politics, everything, political structure. So who's the one group that wouldn't let that happen and would revolt and would try to do something? It would be the younger people who are into tech that's seeing the older, like you said, the older people not. So I think it's even a move where he's looking at like, I can kill a quarter of the population, or I can just say some buzzwords. As Sergeant Crypto said, blockchain is code for the diddly game. It is. Yep. I can say these buzzwords. I can still make these kids think I know a little bit about it, whatever, make them happy. So like you said, I kind of think that's more what he said. He's looking really toward the future. It's like, all right, at least let me make some friends while I'm in this room, so I won't have to do it the old school way. Yeah, but we'll keep that. We'll keep that on the shelf just in case, because it's always on the shelf.
Because I would say the old school way, I would say ain't gonna be all this freedom and niceness and all this. Nah,
right. Which is why you better get that economic freedom now. Tessa, thank you for the $5 tip, much appreciated. Tessa said, "Keep up the good work, gentlemen, and keep looking crisp."
Oh yeah.
Thank you. We truly appreciate it.
Got plenty of hoodies. Ready for it.
Right. Kevin Hodges, great point. Kevin Hodges said, "How is cryptocurrency illegal, but hedge funds are okay? I don't understand."
Follow the money, bro.
It's the same reason why. Come out and play. Here we go. It's the same reason why I just had to pay $70 to get a quote unquote small check for California just now. I mean, I even told the guy, I was like, if this isn't one of the best hustles I ever seen a state have, he just started laughing. Yeah. I paid $70 to get a small check. Wow. I wonder where that money flows to. And how many people are in California? Yeah. You do that for the whole state?
Stealing, man.
This is crazy. Stealing. So yeah, to answer your question, how are hedge funds okay and crypto illegal? Come on, we all know the game.
Whoever's behind it, follow the money, man.
Right? Follow the guns, really.
Yeah,
that's
true.
what keep it going.
Yeah.
All right, for the free Bitcoin today, what are we going to do?
Oh yeah. So for the free Bitcoin, the Italian economy is looking very poor right now. Do you think it has a correlation with Bitcoin price, or do you think the change in Bitcoin price is attributed to something else? Let us know. Also, let us know your implications about the EU in general, because Italy is just the start. We've seen this before with Greece, with other ones.
Right. Once it
starts
rolling, chips start falling, yeah.
It's a lot that has to go into it. So let us know your thoughts on Italy, the EU, and the price of Bitcoin, how it will affect it. If you think it'll be a mass rush, let us know. Put your public address, and we'll send that free Bitcoin.
Feel free to get creative, people. There's no wrong answer.
Think Malta will step in and take over? And
I would love for Malta to step up. Carlos Roldan says, "Zay, bring back the Cubs."
Oh yeah, I got you, bro.
There we go. Yeah, he got all the cities. Other than that, thanks for watching, people. We truly appreciate it. We will see you all tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Thursday.
Thursday.
All right. Almost the week's almost over. We got that late start to it. So we'll see you all tomorrow. Hopefully some more news will come up. You know, same old stuff. It's been a slow week. End of the month, prices down. Same old same. But other than that, we will be here at 10ish. Cheers.
Have a good one.